Okay, I think I have everything set up properly. Hello. For a second there, OBS had the wrong microphone selected, but I think it's... well, it looks like it's working now. So let's see. I didn't really remember. Oh yeah, that's right. We're in the level of Briar. So this room is clearly... do this room after you clear the level, you go back down here, you can take care of this room by just pushing that button. So, I guess since I'm here, I'm going to arbitrarily go over this way. What's this do? This opens that, which will close that. Pretty quickly, too. Okay. There's definitely something complicated going on here. I guess I'm just not gonna worry about it, because I don't know what's going on here. It seems like I should be trying to push these buttons. Okay. Okay, so these are buttons that both refresh your timer and also make it shorter, if I understand correctly. Alright, I have a distinct feeling that I shouldn't be trying to press these buttons all myself. Why else would the roaches be in this room? Although this doesn't feel like necessarily the best use of them, I don't really know what else I can do with them. Yeah, a straight dash across won't work. I don't know what this room really expects me to be able to do. I mean, I can do this. Does this help? Not really. Actually, this makes things a lot worse. Well, the briar definitely predated the pickaxe by quite a while. I can't get far enough south to fix that, can I? This run isn't... Oh. That works? Okay. I didn't expect that to work. I thought for sure I would still not have enough time. Alright then. They do make quite a lot of leverage. This room uses This room makes pretty good use of the whole idea that doors get rid of briar. They do have fire trap in their tool belt by this point, which also didn't exist in TCB. Alright, well, I sort of guessed my way to a solution. I mean, I figured the roaches had to be there for a reason, these little paths had to be there for a reason. I wouldn't say that I completely worked out exactly why that was going to work, but I sort of managed to intuit something useful out of it at least. What are we dealing with here? If I could make the briar blow up that bomb, then it would kill the the route entirely. I don't know if that's something that I want necessarily, but I can do it. I guess I probably need to do that, because otherwise that's going to close my way out of the room. So I need to kind of hurry over there. I think. That will do it, I think. No, that grows onto the bomb first. That almost works. Maybe I should face this way to enter the room. That doesn't work. Almost. If I could just not instantly die to that, that would be really helpful. Okay, that should work. But that's still... Oh no, I can just do this. Okay. First phase of the room complete. And while I was busy doing that, these completely overgrew this area, which I assume is okay? I don't know. So now this is something to do with bombs, I guess. If I was to blow this up right now, then it would do that. And if I blew this up, it would do that. Okay. So if I just hit all the orbs, well, I don't think I can hit all of them. I guess I can't survive hitting that one at all. Or that one. Oh, okay. So I'm not allowed to hit any of the orbs? What? This doesn't make any sense. Because apparently I can do literally nothing else in this room. I can't hit any of the orbs without dying instantly. And lighting the fuses doesn't do me any good either. What? This room doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't have any choice at the beginning but to do something about this briar here. Somehow I've done a much better job of it this time, but doing that delays me enough to where I can't do anything in this area whatsoever. Like, there's literally nothing I can do here. None of the orbs are survivable. Not a single one. And lighting the fuse to explode the bombs doesn't do anything useful. myself killed by doing that, which is also not useful. There's literally nothing else in this room that I can interact with at all. There are orbs that instantly kill me, bombs that don't do anything at all, and broken walls that I can open up and they instantly kill me. To somehow magically take this with me, but also not die, and also have a way out? That doesn't seem possible. First of all, just taking this with me isn't possible. As far as I can tell. There is absolutely no way that this is what I'm supposed to do. I mean, there's no way I could even leave the room, even if I was successful at doing this. So, making use of any kind of that powder keg in any way other than keeping the exit path clear is impossible. In which case, there's absolutely no way to solve this room. Because I've already tried everything that exists in the room after you get past this part. How do I make this work so well at one time? That is really infuriating. Okay, that'll do. So this is the state of the room that it has to be in if I'm ever going to have a way out of the room. But then there is absolutely nothing that I can do in this room. I would guess that this room was supposed to be about using the briar to destroy some of the bombs and then blowing up the other ones in a way that gets rid of the seeding beacons, or that turns them off. But there's absolutely no way to do that because I don't have control over anything in this room. There's no way to survive releasing the briar whatsoever. Every single one of these orbs just kills you, and there is no way for it to do anything else. Like, that looks close. It looks like I should just be able to get by if I do this, but then for some reason it doesn't work. Even though it obviously should, since it works exactly when I do it the other way. This makes absolutely no sense. If there's... What? What? Well, there was what should be an open path when I went this way before, but now there isn't. Even though I'm doing exactly the same thing, I'm getting different results. That's really not how this is supposed to work. Like that. If it was exactly this situation, then I might be able to get by if the other trapdoor was the one that was dropped, but if I make the other trapdoor the one that was dropped, then this situation, that situation I just pointed out, just arbitrarily doesn't happen. And I have no idea why. Is there a magic number of turns I can wait to make it work somehow? I don't think so. And that's the closest one to being survivable. All the other ones you die before you even get halfway to where the trapdoors are. This one you die in literally one turn from pushing the orb. Like, there's literally nothing I can do here. I can press orbs and instantly die. I can light fuses and achieve absolutely nothing. And that's the full extent of the actions that are available to me here. Oh wait, sorry, I can also break walls and instantly die, too. So I have no idea what this room is supposed to be about or how it's supposed to be possible. Because I've tried literally everything that exists in the room and none of it works. The only thing I would guess is that there's a secret wall somewhere I'm supposed to find and break that would magically fix this. Or that there is scripting somewhere that would fix this. Well, if this wasn't Descent of King Hesper, it would. That would be my next guess. that situation. Like, this isn't shallow water up there that I could walk through, or else this might be possible. Yeah, I have no idea what this room expects me to do. There's literally nothing left that I can do. I've tried everything that there is in the room and none of it works. So I'm gonna go do something else. We've seen this room on the pass through to reach that one. So what's this? Okay. This looks like an advanced version of that room. In that room, things were set up to kind of automatically do them in the right order. This one, it doesn't look like that's the case. We need to make these blow up in exactly the right order somehow? Well, okay. Maybe that's not right. So this does that, so I don't need to worry about sabotaging anything. Actually, I don't know. This isn't quite like that room. If I just... Yeah, I need to understand what it's going to do by default before I start trying to tweak its behavior. So let's just pretend there are no powder kegs. What would this do? What it would do is hit both of those simultaneously, then hit that one, which is clearly not the next one, then that one, which would be the next one. Then it would hit this one, which is supposed to be the very last one, then that, and then that. So, the beginning part is fairly obvious. I just need it to not hit this one first. After that, I want it to hit this one before hitting that one, which might happen automatically. I'll have to guess and check on that, because I did already blow up the left side once. It might happen automatically. But once it's hit this one, then I need to keep it from hitting that one basically for a very long time. So I'll take some wild guesses for that. I don't know, maybe that'll work. Probably it won't. Okay, hit that one, and that one. That. Oh. Okay. Right, I remember. I arbitrarily guessed that I wouldn't need another one to keep it from hitting that one, so clearly that was wrong. Let's just do that. Oh, I didn't walk through. It helps if I actually walk through the doors. Okay, that's not quite right. I put this one where I did in hopes of it helping to delay that, but maybe I should try a different configuration. I don't know, something like that. Now it's hitting that one first. I think I didn't push that quite to where I had it before. Let's put it up here. That doesn't work. guess I had it here. Oh, I didn't walk through. I need to walk through. Yeah, now it's hitting both of them at the same time, which is no good. Maybe I could just have it come off of that one a little bit later. So it'll hit that one, but then it'll blow up away from that one. And then it'll hit that one. And now I need to hope that this works somehow. I guess the order of operations there was wrong. Okay. So let's just try this. I mean, this isn't really something where I feel like I can plan out what the solution is supposed to be. I basically have to just make arbitrary guesses and see if, you know, wait until one of them works, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Maybe instead of one behind, I should put one, like, here-ish. Oh. Actually walk through the doors. Yeah, that still isn't enough. I could try delaying it farther upstream, maybe? Like way up here? I don't feel like that did anything. Looks like it almost works. Maybe if I shift them up like this. I think I messed these up somehow. Yeah, no, I need it to not explode off of that one like that. Maybe if I push this over there. I have no idea how this last part is supposed to work. Everything else works fine. I guess I just have to keep trial and error until something works. Push this and that up. The main thing that makes this a lot harder than it might otherwise be is that I can't place any pair of kegs right against each other, right next to each other. Since if they are right next to each other, then one of them blowing up will blow the other one up. And usually the one that's kind of behind would blow up and not destroy any of the briar in the process. So maybe putting one directly on that works. Not exactly. Alright, continue trial and error. Let's just try some other random arbitrary configurations and see if they work. Like, I can see no way, for me at least, to solve this other than pick an arbitrary position, see if it works, tweak it, see if the new one works, tweak it, see if the new one works. And I think this one is going to work. Cool. I mean, I can sort of see placing a keg directly on this plate as at least a part that required some cleverness, but mostly I did some obvious things and then played with trial and error. And that seems like the most sensible way to do it. So now there is another room attached to this one. You have to leave and come back to get to. It's the secret variant of the room I just did. Okay. Well, we only have 3 kegs to place. Clearly one of them has to achieve what the first keg in the previous room did. So it should go somewhere over here. Is this... this is almost the same configuration, but it's missing those 2. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to use a keg to fix this. Let's just verify. 1, 2. Fix that. 3, 4. And then that's supposed to be number 6. Alright, so can I fix this by just doing exactly that? Doesn't feel likely, but worth a try. Yeah, there's no way. That one's way too far back. Maybe I can push this down and that will help fix it. That nearly works, but not really. Yeah, I don't know how this is supposed to work. By the time that it gets to the lower buttons, there's no way to have anything but a full wall of advancing briar, and I don't have enough kegs to do anything about that. I mean, the obvious thing to say is that somehow the earlier pair of kegs are supposed to be able to be placed in a way that's clever enough to make this before last run more efficiently used. But by the time the briar is all the way that far south, any contribution that those two kegs have made is already gone. Somehow this one be used to make that one redundant? Let's just pretend I didn't have that one. Well, that's not going to work. Place this all the way in. It edges around it if I do it like that. Here. That's not quite going to work. Okay, I have kind of a dumb thought. This probably won't work, but... yeah, I can't actually get over there in time for that to help. The dumb thought was maybe I could somehow press this to start it, and then go push this into a position where it would actually get rid of the left briar root. Since most of the problem here is that I want things on the right to activate before things on the left, maybe it doesn't really work like that, but the concept of that idea would be that I want the left root to be gone, so that only the right root is contributing. Maybe that wouldn't actually work though. Because in the original room there was just the one briar root, and it was in the center, which meant that it was always giving a balanced contribution. Let's see, if I use the first two, not quite. That almost gave me enough time to do that. It's exactly one turn, not enough. Okay, I'm sure this can't work, because the center is the one that needs to be hit before the far right, so I think I need to reserve a keg for that purpose, but... well, let's just see. If I put two of them on a diagonal line, one of them blows up, then the second one I have some time to mess around while it tries to blow up, and the third one can blow up like that. And trying to walk in immediately breaks this idea, because then this is never going to be pressed again, and that gets closed. So I would have to do whatever I'm going to do fast enough to be standing back in this area before that gets pressed. Which really makes it feel like this thing I'm almost doing with two of them must be close to right, almost. It just won't. Maybe if it's placed centrally? No, now there's something in the way. Well, I don't think that can work, but it was an idea. That does something. Yeah, the distance is just too large. And if I push this down, it doesn't fix things. That doesn't really even seem closer than placing it directly on the button. You know, what if I just try to break the room? Instead of worrying about the whole buttons in the corridor, what if I just try to get myself wedged into here by way of blowing up enough kegs and then running through while the Briar chases me? Now, when I say blowing up enough kegs, one necessary feature is going to be getting rid of the west route. That would be another way in which this room could be asking you to make use of the fact that there are two routes. Because in the other room, trying to do something like that, you would just, you know, you'd kill the one route that there is, and now you can't do anything about the eyes. Let me actually put this on the correct diagonal line. Okay. Don't blow it up too soon. Okay, that will blow up that one. And I needed to spend some turns turning. Not that many turns. Okay, where I start this one is going to be fairly important. Maybe there. Maybe start facing that way. Oh no, I can't be facing that way. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Since that works, it must be what I was supposed to do. Yeah, this... Once I started to catch the scent of that, this absolutely feels like we thought of a potential unintended solution, made sure it wasn't possible in the main room, made a secret room out of it. Hello. Always a good source of misdirection, I guess. I don't know if we've encountered Rattlesnake's Block Briar before in this level, so that's probably what this room is all about, I guess. So there is a rattlesnake. This is going to close. That's going to close that. And make something happen over there, I guess. There's a... What is all of this? Toggling these. What am I really looking at even? So I guess I need to kill the rattlesnake, and I need to open this so that the briar can kill the eyes, and can press this to kill that rattlesnake. So trying to work backwards from there. Doing that requires me to press this, which requires me to press that, which requires me to press that, which requires me to press that. To press any of these orbs, I have to do something that makes these alternate while I'm walking through them. This... So something is supposed to somehow magically go from here to there, or, well, I guess it could just hold down both of them forever. That would work. Right, pressing either of these closes that, which I think is just a guard against using this briar to do anything. Although... no, yeah, if you've cleared the room, then this isn't a problem. You can go through there to another room. This is just a really convoluted way to block off whatever's to the south until you've cleared this room. So... first instinct is... yes, I can open this to let the briar out exactly once, and then I could press either of these to close off that briar so it can't grow anymore. So, if it were the case, and I'm assuming that it's not, if it were the case that I could grow the briar by default into a position where I'm able to go back and forth between the two areas, then I could just do that, then close it off. So what I would want to be able to solve this room, I would want this, but with a hole in the briar, which does need to hold down both of these, with a hole that would let me walk back and forth between the two areas freely. I don't know why they felt the need to make me press 4 separate orbs just to make sure this hole exists, but I have to assume that was deemed necessary at some point. So, creating that hole requires blocking the briar with this rattlesnake in some way, which requires manipulating this rattlesnake in a way that will force it to be useful. I have absolutely no idea how I'm supposed to do that. Like, the rattlesnake isn't long enough to just take up the entire hole that I need, and then also tie itself around so it'll stick in place. Because that's the only way that I would build something like this, is if the rattlesnake was actually long enough to just be the hole in and of itself. Instead, I'm supposed to somehow magically use a mobile rattlesnake to make the hole exist. I have no idea how that's supposed to be possible. So I guess it's another case of trial and error, but with extra horrible snake manipulation built in too. Like, what else can I do? Don't stab him. Yeah, so my guess is just to try to sort of make it cut the corner a little bit. Although I'm not really doing that here. mostly. I don't know how to make the snake behave in a way that will exactly achieve what I want. Because as always, controlling a snake is basically impossible. Well, controlling it with any level of reasonable precision, at least. I mean, this might be a case where there isn't one precise way that I'm expected to do this. There's just a variety of things that would be good enough. That's really my only hope for solving a room like this, is that there's lots of ways to be good enough. So, if I could make it grow one more time, while the snake is exactly right here, then that might work for that good enough standard. But this snake is really insistent on going and closing the door on the briar too soon now, which is really obnoxious and annoying, and I need it to stop. Okay, is that going to work? I don't think that's going to work. Because of this one briar right here. Maybe cutting it isn't so bad here. I just really need it to not go north there. I need you to go east exactly right now. There's nothing else that'll work from that position. This is the thing about snakes. I can pretty well understand like all the concepts behind like their movement patterns and behavior and how it all works. But when I'm just in the middle of trying to make a snake do a specific thing, none of that tends to matter. It just constantly refuses to do what I want it to do, or need it to do, as is the case here. And it doesn't seem like there's any remedy for that situation other than just constantly undoing back and forth, fiddling with it, hoping that it decides to work this time. And sometimes waiting 5 turns to force it to be on a different cycle. If I'm lucky, that might help. Yeah, something like that sentiment. I'm not really... I mean, I guess that's true and valid if you're someone who uses checkpoints and not unlimited undo, but anyone who's making use of unlimited undo doesn't care about the checkpoints probably in this room, since... Oh, that's almost right. Okay, I need you to have followed me south like 1 turn sooner somehow. Is that possible? I don't know. I can arrange that. Maybe that won't. Please come with me. Okay, now calm down. Calm down, please. Down. Now it needs to be 1 turn later. Somehow. it's not one thing, it's the other. If it's not the north being broken, it's the south being broken. And it's always... I always need exactly one turn's difference, which is completely impossible to arrange with a snake, which operates in multiples of 5 turns, if anything. I think if I could force the briar to grow this exact turn, then I would be good. But there's no way for me to put the snake back into this position before the next time the briar will grow. So instead I have to go back like 6 cycles and then hope that I can stumble on a better way to arrange things so that it will behave to some extent. No, I'm stuck up there. I'm stuck on the east side if I do things like that. This room would be, I feel, the idea behind this room would be much better served by having it be 2 steps. Step 1, stick the rattlesnake into the right spot so that there is a hole, you know, the kind of hole that you need. Step 2, grow the briar. Instead of this ugly, finicky wrapping the snake around the briar constantly while the briar is growing and the snake is moving. I just don't feel like a nice, clean solution is possible in this environment. The only way I could make it work from here is if I could put the snake's head right there. I don't think I can do that. Is there any chance of this working? I doubt it. No, I'd need to turn the snake all the way around in like 3 turns. Cool. Just stick yourself there where you're not of any help at all. gets to feeling like no particular opening is really better than any other. The way Briar tends to work is that any gaps you build in the wall, or any gaps you place in the wall that it's building early, it just closes up along the way. So it doesn't really matter what you do early on if you're trying to achieve something after a lot of it has grown. I just need it to be in that one stupid corner when the next briar growth happens, and this extremely painful room would be done. But it refuses, in this one specific situation, it refuses to go north. Exactly when I need it to go north. Just leave the area I needed to stay in way too fast. very doubtfully. That probably won't do it, but... I don't know, maybe that did work. Except now I have no way to kill the snake. Now I can't reach it because it's on the other side. Is that good enough? I have a path. I can kill the snake. I think that's finally good enough. What an absolutely miserable pain. Okay. Like, the idea behind this puzzle, the trick that you're going for, is interesting enough, but forcing the player to try to manipulate the snake and deal with the briar at the same time is excruciating. You should just place the snake into a favorable position and then go somewhere and then make the briar grow from there. That would be a fun room behind this idea instead of a kind of painful one, in my opinion. I guess anyone who really enjoys fiddling around with a snake until it decides to behave would probably enjoy this a lot. Alright, that's going to kill the eyes. Then don't leave the room before the snake dies. There we go. Ugh, and that room is next to... It is right next to this, which is like the end of the tutorial. Imagine that being someone's first introduction after, like, here are the basics of how briar works. Yeesh. I mean, I guess most likely they poke around for a while and then try something else. Okay, what is this room? This room has... Do I need to worry about finding my way through there? No. Okay, there's water here. There is nothing in this room that's going to make that water into land, so I definitely can't go through that to go around there, to go down there. So there's definitely not a secret room to the south. Right? I'm pretty sure that's right. Okay. So, what is this room? We have a decoy, which has to be placed here to kill that eye. That will also close this and close that. This opens the way for those. So if I were to blindly charge in... Yeah, okay. So the goal in this room is to protect the decoy potion. Notably, an explosion will also destroy the decoy potion, so I do not want any of these powder kegs to be directly adjacent to it. I think the first thing I should try to do is... Well, no, I think the general idea I should try to apply is to block the entire wall at once, from advancing. So I want to kind of maximize coverage to some extent. I don't know, maybe this is the wrong idea, but it could work. We won't know till I check. I don't think this exact configuration is going to be it, but let's just see what happens with it. Yeah, I think the problem with that configuration is similar to the problem with the initial one, which is that these very early ones aren't really doing me any good. I kind of need the Briar to be a little farther out before I start blowing it up. So maybe something more like this. That could have worked, except these two shouldn't be on the edge. They should be closer to the middle. Maybe this H, or is that an I column formation? This I-shaped formation could be the magic one. No. That leaves a strand in the middle, so push this... Maybe... a cluster more like that. I'm instinctually drawn to highly symmetric formations, which might not be correct at all. It might be I need something less symmetric. Or maybe this will work. Yeah, that works. Okay. So symmetry wins. Honestly, that configuration almost looked like something you would intuitively guess to some extent, as a way to, like, wall something off with explosions. Alright. Don't think there was anything else in that room, in that direction. Alright, I poked my head into the room north of here before the end of last week's stream, but I never actually tried this room, so let's try it now. I don't think I need to worry about these doing anything to me right now. Do I? No. These shouldn't influence anything. If this is a secret room path that requires me to hit the right orb or something, I could still traverse it even if these are fully grown or whatever. So, speaking of which, what is the deal with all this? This opens that and asks that you not turn north or southwest, so you can only turn west or northwest from here if you place a mimic there. This would close that and open that, which is probably relevant somehow. The presence of this seeding beacon definitely tells me that's a secret room path. I don't see what else that could mean. Alright, so going here, if I go here, what happens? This closes that, which can only be opened with that, so that means that having an already clear room will lock the way, because you can't... Right, okay. So first of all, what does this naturally do? It does that, and then it does that. Okay. So my goal then is to work alongside this briar to double cut the tar stuff. And then I don't know what. I bet I should face this way if I want the secret access. No, I can't survive facing that way. Well, okay. That's going to close that. And then that's going to open it. But no. How is this supposed to work? Can this be closed? No. I don't know how this is supposed to work. Well, okay. I don't actually need to do any such thing as double cutting. Right? The briar will destroy it anyway. This does make surviving all these guys a little bit more difficult, but not that much harder. And then after this... I don't know. Well, pressing this opens that door. This would open that. These... I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these. I can't... I can't bring along a tar baby to open those for me, because I have to clear the room to open the way in there. Wait, I can't go... Huh? Okay, yeah, I have to actually do something about that area anyway, just to actually clear the room at all in the first place. So I guess this is what I should be doing? This is really weird. Okay. And I can do this, and then I can worry about killing those later. Yeah, okay. At some point I misapprehended what this room actually wants from me. Now I think I understand better. So I want to hit that, I want to hit this, I want to carry those inside as quickly as possible. One of them should open the way for that eye, the other one for the other eye. I need to do this quickly so that I can go cut that in time. Not sure how to do that faster, but I'm going to try. I could just not worry about the fact that eye exists, but I need to somehow and at some point turn my sword, because I have to be facing that way. Do I need to wake these eyes now? I think the answer is yes. Okay, that looks plausible, but isn't quite enough. That one turn that I need to turn my sword is too much. So something before this has to go faster. There are 0 improvements that I can make before getting the Mimic. I can spend that turn turning my sword, which feels potentially useful? Maybe? Just one turn, not fast enough, but I don't see where I can gain any time. I'm doing everything as fast as I possibly can already. I don't think that helps, although it is a thing I can do. There's no way that's better. There's no way this is better either. This takes forever to do. It doesn't really advantage at all. That gets me to the right tile exactly in time, but I have to have turned my sword at some point. Where is my missing turn? Where am I wasting a turn? I'm doing everything as efficiently as I possibly can. Is it in this part somehow? Before cutting? After cutting? Is it turning around to place the Mimic? Is it somehow in this part? What did I do right? I didn't feel like I did anything different whatsoever. Alright, well, something worked. I don't know why. I don't know what I did right, but I did something right, and I'm going to take advantage and go see what all this fuss was about. I couldn't tell you what single thing I did differently that saved me an extra turn. But have to clear this room now. Because otherwise, I don't know, I mean, I guess I can just follow precisely my demo from doing that, but I don't want to. Okay, so we have some great figure 9 spiral thing happening in hot tiles under this tar. Something is going on with this button. I guess something is supposed to happen involving the tar being cut by me and the briar. There's also some kind of race against the northern briar, because I need all the tar stuff to be gone before that. How and why and how? Am I wrong? Do I... No. Oh, okay, okay. Alright. So... Okay. This closes that. No, I have to... Okay, for a minute I thought maybe this closes that, so I have to be past it in time. No, okay, yeah. Alright. What's with all this? Is there a way out after... So I don't know how I leave the room. Oh, tunnel. Just use this tunnel. Okay. This closes that door. So the first step of this room is that I need to stand here soon enough that that doesn't happen. And then after that, do I? I need the help of this briar after that to destroy these mirrors so that these eyes can die. So that means that I have to take a brief period of time at the beginning of the room. I need to be quick enough that this button doesn't get pressed. But what I need to do with that time is ensure that when this briar finally finishes growing in its spiral, that will actually get rid of all the tar. I don't actually know what the problem will be, so let's see what happens naturally. Okay. That points out exactly the spots I need to deal with. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of that, note that down. So I need to get those 3 corners and the center, basically. And I'm forced to start out facing in a kind of unfavorable direction. So that should take care of the center. That should take care of that corner. The main annoyance here is that there will be Tar Baby's getting directly in my way while I'm trying to fix this. I kind of need to do this corner early because otherwise it might turn into something uncuttable. Alright, I think that will cover the center. Now I just need to get that corner. Is that good enough? It might be. But I didn't do it fast enough. Well, let's just check if that would hypothetically have done it. Yes. So I just need to do that slightly faster. That's really annoying. Maybe that's better? Just don't die. Okay. I think that will work. I think I'm done with the hard part. Maybe. Actually, I don't know how this is supposed to work. No, this is fine. This is fine. Just wait. Just wait, and as long as what I cut was good enough, this will work. I do also need to clean up the tar babies while I well, that's kind of a pain. So, I basically did everything great, except that... No, okay. I can just get rid of the tar babies first, then do this. The only thing that does is mean that I, get a worse score because I take longer to reach the conquer token, which I don't care about. I solved the room, I understood what it wanted from me and achieved it. That's good enough for me. Even if just barely. Alright, let's exit. Do I? I'm gonna need this mimic's help to leave, I think. There we go. Okay. I think I've done everything except for the room that I gave up on earlier. Let's double check. Looks like this goes 2 ways. But I already went... Yeah, I already did this room. This was that room. It was like the first room I did. So... I need a hint. This is my understanding of this room. To be able to leave the room, I have to make this powder keg blow up this bomb. That's number 1. Number 2, in the process of doing that, these briar will completely flood this area. Number 3, once I reach this area, there's literally nothing that I can do because, let's say 4A, breaking these walls kills me. 4B, hitting these orbs kills me. 4C, lighting the fuses achieves nothing. Which of those things is wrong? I tried as hard as I possibly could to even bring this powder keg with me at all in the first place, and achieved nothing. So, like, even if I somehow have a way out of the room without doing what I just did, it doesn't matter because I still can't I still can't even get it over there. I messed up. I don't have an exit the way things are now. Okay, that's better. So make sure I have an exit. I'm surprised there's enough time on that fuse, but I guess there is. Okay. Then do I just let the Briar eat those bombs so that only that one explodes? Is it really that easy? Okay. Yeah, combining was the key. I think what really threw me off was this first part. Because if I could somehow magically bring a powder keg up here, it felt like that was how I was supposed to hit the orbs or something. I don't know. Anyway, did it say exit level? I don't remember. I don't think it did, but I could be wrong. Let's just double check. If it didn't, I don't know where to go next. I need to look around again. Oh no, it said exit level. Okay. So there's just the potential cleanup of later to worry about now. Perfect score, right? 0th place, considered trivial. That's a shame. I mean, it technically is, but, you know, it would be a nice free score. You do have to do something. Anyway, that's the Briar level. Overgrove Grown. Okay. I guess we're just gonna let... we have to let the Briar out, but we have to do it right. There it goes. Ta-da! All the darkness makes it really hard to see, you know, all the reddening of the Briar as it turns into stuff that can kill things. As it, you know, as it gets ready to grow, I can't really see it in this dark light. Non-light? Darkness. Oh, that thunder flash caused a small lighting issue since I moved rooms during it. Okay, the geometry of the hub suggests I should go here, to the upper right corner of this little square. Can I physically get there, or am I mistaken? There's a bridge here, and then you can go there. Alright. Red Rock Hermitage. Hermitage. I don't see any new elements here. I might be mistaken, but I don't see any. Oh, I don't enter that way. We enter this way. Alright, I guess we'll see what this level's about. Beethro trudged on through the unending wilderness, brushing aside the grasses and ferns that grew waist-high all around him, until at last he stumbled upon a gap in the foliage, like a narrow thread running through it. It wasn't exactly a path, but the ground had at least been trodden in a route he could follow, and that meant that some form of habitation must be up ahead. He kept on until he came to a rocky outcropping that stood up above the surrounding terrain. Carved into the rock was an opening, and beside it these words were engraved into the wall. "There is shelter under the shadow of this red rock. Come in under the shadow of this red rock, and I will show you something different from either the monster to the northward moving before you, or the monster to southward moving after you. I will show you fear and a handful of puzzles." Beethro pondered this cryptic message for a while and moved on. Pardon the noise, I was just closing the screenshot I took earlier. Fear and a handful of puzzles. Oh boy. What if I just wander off to the west? Okay, that just leaves the level. Okay. Had to check. You never know. Okay. So this is not a new element. This is... Look how much we can do with things we already have, I guess. There's a person there. I guess watching Beethro. "Good day, fair pilgrim. What brings you to this forsaken land?" "Me? Oh, the usual. Smiting monsters, that sort of stuff." "You are interested in the science of smite mastery?" "Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a science. I just kill things." "And you? I didn't know anyone was living here." "My name is Tiresias. I came here to study the fascinating monsters unique to this valley." "Oh, then sorry if I killed your monsters." "Not a problem. I study them and then dispose of them. There is an unlimited supply. But what exactly is there to study about them? If you would like to follow me, I can show you some of my results. I think you might find them interesting, and maybe even useful." Alright, so this is not a new element. This is, hey, look at all this crazy manipulation stuff that we can do. And things. Oh no, is this going to be move order? I hope not. So what's going on in this room? This is an illustration of my greatest discovery. The monsters in a room always move in the same order every turn. Yeah, I go first and then they all move at the same time. No, they move so quickly that they seem to move all at once. But in fact, they are moving one after another. You can tell which monster moves first by right-clicking. The one that says number 1 will move first, and that particular roach will always move first, even if you shuffle them around. Try it and see what happens. Right-clicking? Number 1? What the crap are you on about? I guess I'll just have a go and see what happens. Alright, so this is move order, which I dread not because of the level itself, but because this opens the possibility for anything that comes afterward to require an expert knowledge of move order. So I need these two to be separated. I think that works. Alright then. Oh boy. Did I pronounce his name correctly? Tiresias? It looked Greekish, where I should pronounce the E as a hard E and not as a E. I don't know which of these areas I should be interacting with first. Let's try the east one. Yeah, okay. So this is another case where I need these two to be separated before I do the thing. Separated like that. Do I need these two to help me with the other part? I can't see how. these three just need to press those two. So we need to be separated in just the right way. Oh, that works. That skated them across. Okay. So I just need an L shape from these on this side as well. Somehow. Maybe from this side. That didn't work. Oh, okay. That's the thing about move order. Oh, hang on. This is the thing about move order, is that in a lot of puzzles that are kind of about move order, you don't necessarily need to know what the order is, you just need to kind of know that it's there. Like in that room, I understood that I needed to separate them, so I needed to swap them in the east side, and on the west side I got the L shape on the north. I understood that I needed the L shape in the south. I didn't ever check which one moved first, I just kind of had this intuition that I need one of them to block the others in a way that makes the right shape. That's kind of the closest I can get to translating the problem of move order into my personal kind of preferred way of understanding puzzles more intuitively, I guess. Anyway. Okay, wise guy, what happens when two different kinds of monster? When? I meant with. There's no general rule. Either one might move first, depending on the room. Except for guards, that is. Guards always move before other monsters. No comment on him referring to guards as a monster, I see. Alright, so the goal here is to get the Wubba in the way of the rock golem. That must mean that the rock golem moves before the Wubba does, because otherwise this wouldn't work. I think I just need to affix them to these rocks in the right way. So... that would work. Another tile that way, maybe? I want them to be right next to each other somehow. Like, I want this, but with the rock golem on the hot tile, or something like that. Oh, there we go. If I can arrange that, but differently, that would work. I don't know if I can make that work, though. Yeah, the placement of the rocks seems to forbid doing that. I guess there's really no way to tell the player about move order other than to just directly tell the player it exists. I mean, I couldn't possibly think of one. You see, I always said that wubbas could be deadly. But that wubba sure ain't gonna get me. Okay. To the east. Let's see what's to the east. This wing is where I study the properties of mimics. Oh yeah? And what have you found out about them? Mimics always move after you and before monsters. And a mimic you place first will move before the one you place later. See if you can use that to solve this puzzle. By the way, when you drink a potion, the actual placement happens last after all the monsters have moved. That isn't needed for this room, but it's a useful thing to know. Alright, well, clearly I need mimics in both of these positions. I'll just take a guess. Let me think, actually. What I need is for the one that's... Okay, I need to propel a mimic eastward, right? So the one that should go first is the one that's supposed to block the other one. That's what I think. Okay, what I said was right, but my application was backwards. Let's try that again. Here we go. Alright, I guess I'll just continue the mimic wing for now. Okay, yeah, there's a mimic in this room. When anything steps on a pressure plate, it activates immediately. If it opens a door, monsters later in the moving order can step onto the door in the same turn. However, when something steps off a pressure plate, it's only released at the end of the turn. Interesting. Okay, what's my goal here? I need to press these in pairs. Okay. That seems to be it. I might have messed things up. I don't know why we're getting a spear in this room. Yeah. So if... Okay, I need this separation to do that. Then I need to create the opposite diagonal of how it was, of how I started out in this room. Basically. I'm not sure how to do that, though. That works. Okay. Onward to this direction. I wonder what that challenge of that scroll is. Because that's almost surely a challenge scroll. Okay, well, first of all, what is all this? I must hit all three of these. Is there some reason I wouldn't want to step on one of these plates? Okay. What do I make of this? Well, I need to hit all 3 of these, so I guess I'll start with that. Then after that... Well, I don't want to hit both of those at the same time. Yeah, they open each other. So I'm forced to start out with those 2 synced up. And somehow I'm supposed to desync them? What's with this bomb? What use could this bomb possibly have? All it's gonna do is not kill anything. Why would I want that bomb to be there? Bomb. I have a theory, which requires, if correct, requires exactly this configuration of move order for the mimics. Okay, I have it. That was it. Oh, okay. The concept for this room was suggested by Skell's official Draw It idea generator. Thanks. Okay, well, I happened to set them up in the right order by accident, and then guessed the right idea at that point. There's more? Oh yes, this is the Hall of Fire Traps. I know about those, good for frying roaches in. But what if you want to get across them yourself? I find a way round or look for an orb that turns them off. Ah, so perhaps I can show you something useful. If you're going to tell me I can put on fire boots and walk through them, then sorry, but I don't believe you. Not quite, but here's something interesting. Fire traps don't actually burn continuously. They just burn whatever's on them at the end of the turn. So you can step onto them just fine if something is going to turn them off that turn. How do I know I can trust you? You don't. But let's face it, there's no other way you're going to get through that blue door. Grrr. Alright, so I'm just gonna guess... Yeah, that does exactly what I thought it would. This does what I thought it would. Moving on, what's this have to say? The fire trap... For fire traps, red is off. You can walk across it. Green is on. Okay, so what's this going to do? That's going to turn it on. So I don't want to press that yet. Okay. Careful around these spikes. I need to hit that one first, and then hit this one from this position. Which will then do something for me, I think. Yeah, that lets me through there. I don't need to worry about that roach in the south just yet. But I do need to worry about this guy. What's this do? I guess I need to hit this, and then that. Okay. go. Have a stick. Is it time to keep this roach alive? I bet it is. Yeah, I'm gonna need him to hold that down. That's gonna toggle this column area. So that works. Oh, vertical preference. There we go. That's good enough. That works, I guess. Not exactly. It almost works. Okay, that works. Now for this one... maybe I'd prefer it to be behind me for this one. Yeah, that works. Die in a fire trap. Alright. Now I just walk back. Ta-da! Oh boy, this looks complicated. And now decoys as well? Indeed, decoys, like mimics, move in the order you place them. If a monster can sense two decoys, it targets the closest one. But if both are the same distance, it targets the one placed second. Okay. What should I be trying to do in this room? I'll hold that, I'll press that. Then the roach is supposed to do something. I guess I needed to press all of the buttons so that I can leave and it can die. Okay. I guess I'll just try a wild guess first. And see what goes wrong. Because something will go wrong. Yeah, like that. Could I fix that by... doing this? Yes, apparently. Alright. Probably the next run won't be as forgiving about that. But if decoys don't move, does their movement order ever actually matter? It can. On their turn, decoys stab anything under their sword. With monsters such as rattlesnakes, the order of stabbing can make a great difference. And there's one more funny thing about rattlesnakes. When they move onto a sword, it immediately hurts them as part of the snake's turn. Okay. So I I think I want these to go from closest to farthest. Maybe. And then I need this guy to go in the slot. Thank you for not... Please go in the slot. Yeah, I don't know. That has to be mostly right, because they mostly stab it to death all at once. Oh, I think I just need the front one to be facing this way. Maybe they should all be facing diagonally. Yeah, there we go. Satisfyingly snap them all to death at once, like that. Alright, that was the decoys and mimics zone, I think. Don't think I missed any exits to this area. So, heading on back. Let's check out the west side again. I'll go this way now. Oh boy, Roach Queens. What does this scroll have to say? Challenge, don't use the stick. Okay. What am I actually trying to do in this room? I have to press this to kill the roach. So I want the queens to be in a nice perfect row that stays nice and perfect the whole time. I really do need to know which one is which in that case. Under what conditions would a nice perfect row happen? Suppose the one that was here moved first. Then it would move. It would want to go diagonally, but it wouldn't be able to because of the wall, so it would just go south. Then the second one here would want to go diagonally, but it can't because that one's in the way, so it would go south. So I want this one over there, and this one there, and then this one goes in the middle. And the challenge is to not use the stick, which... The only way to not use the stick is to have it spawn and block itself, so let's try that. I need to be very particular about where and how it spawns and blocks itself, though. And that's not particular enough. If I could just... do that should work. Okay. Number 1 is in the box. Now I need number 2 to not move too soon. Somehow. force it to spawn in some favorable way. So let's... Let's not go around the north instead. I have to get due north of it. There's just too many roaches in the way. I think we're good now. I just need to get this one to go south, and I can do that because there is a part of the room that is north of it. I just need to be a little careful how I do that. Okay, now I can just let it go into its slot, and I think everything should be happy. There we go. Sorted mess. A sorted mess. Nice. Nice pun. Okay. This is, what do I do here? There's a lot of things. this opens that. This opens that. That opens that. Okay. So I think the situation is exactly the same as the queens before. I want them to be east to west, first to last, but in that case I have to reverse their order, or more pertinently, these buttons would have to be pressed with this one being pressed last. Can I do that? So I want to press the buttons in the order that they're presented from west to east. The doors are presented from west to east. So what I want is this queen's help spawning roaches to press some of the buttons, while also pressing some of the buttons itself, I think. I can make it press that button itself. Then, if it spawns in time, it would stop and I could force it to go east next. And I could also have a roach press this. Okay, I need to wait a little longer. So go here and there. I think I would like it to spawn right there, so let's wait 5 turns. Go there, spawn there, I wait here. I don't want them to press that button. I need the queen to... Oh, the parity is wrong. Maybe that's a bad place for it to spawn. Maybe I would like it to spawn right after pressing the button. Well, hang on, how long would that be? That would be too long. Okay. Let's just discard all of these as best I can. Still moving diagonally and I can't fix it. Which parity did I think was wrong? If it goes diagonally from that position, it would be perfect. Yeah, this isn't even that hard. Okay. Move in a nice neat row, they kill their friends, it's great. It's not quite as efficiently as I could leave the room, but it's fine. Okay. Now this area, differing monsters zone, I guess. We've got 3 rock golems, some bombs, and we need to toggle this 4 times somehow. Start of this room is going to be a pain since they all crowd around you at once immediately. The first thing I need is to understand exactly what my end goal is supposed to look like. So, suppose that I light this fuse, then step there, while something is standing here so that I can walk the first step in. Then this exploding should somehow make another thing, make something go off of there, and then it goes off and then something else goes on. Then something else and then that something else comes off again. This explosive could do something to do with that. I don't have to kill everything with the explosions, because this isn't a green door. If I can reach this eye, then whatever's alive in there is okay. I can go back and kill it afterward. So I need... I don't know what I need these to be. I don't know what configuration would actually be useful here. If I just arbitrarily kill these off, which is probably not going to help, but since they're kind of annoying me, I'm going to do that. If I just leave things alone, then that one won't even press the button. So the idea is not for the bombs to release the one that's behind the broken wall. That's definitely not what I'm supposed to do. There's a pile here. If there's a pile there and this golem is here, then that bomb would allow that golem to press and unpress. Probably how I'm meant to use that one, I think. I just need this one to cooperate in a very specific way, somehow. Yeah, if it would stay exactly right there while I went all the way over to the doors, that would be perfect. Of course it won't do that. So, it's just not survivable to do anything but that with one of them. And then I need these two to be separated and to be exactly in this area, precisely. Right here and right there, somehow. And for them to separate, the one in front needs to move later. So the one in front is going to have to be the one that comes out of that box. Or it could be that the one in front is that one, if I arrange it like this. still don't know how I can ever arrange for the two of them to be in the right positions. With so few ways, so little of anything that would actually help me move golems around available. A stick would make this a lot more feasible. Or anything that lets me push. This is a really obnoxious start. I need control of all three of them to actually achieve anything. And it starts out in a way where I'm just forced to kill one of them, no matter what, in a completely unhelpful location. And that's really, really annoying. I guess I'm just supposed to write one of them off as completely unusable, which is really annoying. I really, really need more obstacles over to the west of this pile to do anything useful at all. I don't know, could this work? Probably not. No, this can't work because that one isn't in the right line. If this were in the same diagonal line as the button, then this would work perfectly, I think. Because I would blow this up, this guy would walk here and let me through, and the other guy would walk through and let me through. But of course, he's way over there in the wrong place. Something ridiculous to get both of them into the right places at the same time. Somehow. And it's like not considered bad enough that I just need to have two golems in a row in that exact spot. They also have to be exactly the right pair of golems and the right move order pair of golems. a thought, which is that this second bomb exploding after that one doesn't actually achieve anything. But if that were the one that I wanted to be in the back, which would mean that I need it to be the one that moves earlier, then if I had a guy in the right place here, I could maybe guide that one to sit behind him from over here, instead of trying to do what I'm trying to do now. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be able to do. So in that case, which one is supposed to go in front? Yeah, I want the one that moves later to go in front. So I want that one. Now I just need to get it into position somehow. How do I do that? Okay. Is that better somehow? Not confident that it is. Maybe that will work. Okay, now to test the rest of the theory. That won't blow you up. I can just pull that one into position. Okay, that should work if everything... Yeah. Okay then. Getting that one started was very hard. I don't know, not extremely hard, just fairly medium hard. I don't know. Hey, we're invisible now. And soon won't be. Probably. What's the goal in this room?
My name is Beethro.
I guess I just need this goblin to kill everything for me. I don't know how else this is meant to work. This is a weird room. Okay. That's the room. Sure. That didn't really feel like it had anything to do with move order, but I assume that it somehow did. Okay, this might be the last room in the level, or I might have missed something, or there might be stuff beyond the blue doors. Something to say, sir? Not yet. Okay, there are buttons that do things, that do things, that do things. I don't know how any of this works. Okay. Let's focus on this. I want to kill this guy, which requires me to press all three of these. And when I press all three of these, that causes all of that to open. Including this, which can open... Yeah, including this, which can open those to let things out. I need something to stand there for a long period of time. Let me try walking around it. Oh! Okay, what did I do differently? Ah, here's the problem. If you're, for some reason, feel an urge to walk across that, the speech line doesn't go across here. It triggers here and it triggers there. Alright. And what's happening in this room? This is where I breed more roaches to experiment with. And in doing so, I've noticed an interesting phenomenon. Breeding roaches? I hope you're being careful. Nothing to worry about. The breeding chambers are tightly controlled. In fact, I have a spare queen that you could experiment with if you like. Now, it turns out that when a monster is newly spawned, it always seems to move to the end of the movement order. So roaches that spawn during a room move later than the ones that started in a room, and roaches that spawn later move after the ones that spawn earlier. Do you follow all this? I'm not sure. My head's spinning. Okay. Well, I think all I need to do is open the door, and then let this guy through. Then I guess... Well, I can't pull the queen south. Should I try to press a different one? Okay, what do these do? This opens that and closes itself and needs to be reopened from there. So something has to be standing here before you press that, I guess. This opens that and needs to be pressed from there. But how do I even start? I need all three of these to be pressed, right? I suppose that's good. And then I want the queen... I want to wait long enough that the queen will go spawn. sliding across here again. So not like that. Not like that. Like that. So that this roach will be here. You can press that. That kills the queen and does that. Then I can press this, and I'm stuck. Okay, I guess the idea is just to stack those three into positions there. And then I need to press this to make that happen. And press this. Okay. So I was supposed to arrange these so that it would be 1, 2, 3? Well, no, it is that way. So... They... Huh. Yeah, they get placed diagonally. How? So something was wrong, but I don't know what. I think... What did I try last time? Let's try putting it there. I don't know. There has to be some correct place to put it. Why couldn't it be there? Okay, then... Okay, so this very convoluted mechanism here exists so that I can arrange these three in any move order whatsoever. And then this part of the room is built to check if I have the right move order, whatever the correct definition of that is. So this is wrong. Whatever this move order is wrong. This one is 2, 1, 3, and I tried 1, 2, 3 already. That didn't work. This is always going to be number 1 by the time everything's done. I guess I will try putting it on the east side. And then that one there. And then this one over here. I messed up. Hang on. We can't have the queen surviving. Okay. So this time it is 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 3, 2, 1 isn't right. Maybe I want 1, 3, 2, which I can do, I think. If I'm very careful about it. 132 is what was expected of me. Okay. I mean, I had kind of a feeling that I wanted to do that, but it was hard to put into words, and it still kind of is. It was like you want this one to go before that one, but that one should be blocked by that one before it tries to move. Something. Oh. Thank you for visiting. You can come again anytime, he said, popping into existence. That was kind of weird. He just teleported like a couple of tiles into the room, it feels like. Alright. No big tricks, that's the end. Now we just have to beat this part. Okay. So I want to make sure... What do I want here? I guess I need... I don't want the eyes to see me, because that closes the way to the token. Okay, that's all there was to it. Okay. There's a green door here. Ah. There is another one. I thought you said 7 of 8, but maybe it looked that way because this is the exit room. That makes sense. Okay. Platform, bridge, trapdoor. Well, this would be a great stopping place because I just beat a level and it's about the time that I would usually end. So I guess that would make sense to do. I wonder what this level is about, though. We've done rafts. We've done bridges, haven't we? Yeah, we've done trapdoors. Ortho squares? We've seen those. Oh, hi there. That's what this level's gonna be about, I guess. Alright. Well, I'll look forward to that next time. More lemmings again. But for now, farewell. Thank you for watching. As far as I know, next week should be normal. Or next Saturday should be a regular stream. Unlabeled floppy disks.